Now I'm going to focus on making a space background to fit in with the space station idea. I'm going to need something like this, except I'm probably going to desaturate the color a little bit and make it darker. Then I've got a piece of glow on 10 times scale that's going to go on the layer above, and I've added a little bit of a brightness decrease. This thing can probably go a bit taller, to be honest. Something like this will work, yeah. Just flip it to the other side as well. So now everything's blue behind this screen, which is interesting. We need to lock it and stuff, but start making some glow that's going to sit above it. We got to hue it in different ways. I think I want it to go on the blue-green scale rather than the pink-purple. Okay, so we have this glow, and then we should just be able to copy-paste, rotate it, scale it differently, go on the next layer up, and then change the hue on these objects. Except it's a little bit too bright at this point. This thing looks decent so far. Then I can put particles. You can see the test has worked right there. These are going to use the object color of that blue to make very slow-moving stars. Maybe scaling down in their lifetime and then fading off with a long fade time. Yes, something like this. Okay, this works, and we can make one for each layer. And then we should have more saturated blues by the end of this. This honestly can lock to the x-axis forever. Okay, so the particles look pretty decent in the background. They're just sitting behind the glass most of the time. They're pretty obvious when they're on the screen as a whole. But for this last section, this background is going to be very important to be visible. So we got to get rid of this giant circle because it's way too opaque. If I group each layer real quick, so we have 67, and then we have 68, and we have the funny number for this layer right here. Guessing we can do a pulsing loop starting with 67 with short fade times-ish. Doesn't really have to be that sharp, but try to make it kind of smooth. We can increase the saturation and the brightness for each layer one at a time, and also scale them up and down, which should be pretty fun. Not by much, just like 1.5 at a time. These are obviously going to scale down after this, of course. I know I cranked the brightness, but I didn't think it would have that much of an effect. It actually looks pretty good. I like it. Let's see how this thing looks as a background here. I prefer this. This is good.